Hello, beloved, beautiful beings. I wanted to do this really quick little video about comfort. I think that we're all kind of feeling the collective pain and sorrow of things that are going on in the world right now. And I thought Spirit might have something to say about comfort, about how we protect ourselves and not allow things that are outside of our personal lives to cause us to have so much pain that we stop doing our own thing and protecting ourselves. So that's what I want to address today, is protecting ourselves and bringing ourselves comfort so that we can carry on with whatever it is that we are going to do, as far as whether it's engage in our community, um, or call congressmen or write letters. I don't know if people write letters anymore. It might not be a bad thing to start, though, flood their office with mail. Uh, Whatever it is that you're planning to do, even if it's do nothing, if it's stay home with your head under a pillow, um, keep yourself to yourself. I, I I don't know how else to say it, so I'm going to let Spirit talk to us. Now, I've gotten some of my comfort cards out. I've got the Robin Wood Tarot. I've got the things we have forgotten and the radical abundance. And I think that we can glean some ways to comfort ourselves, to not be happy, but become more content with where we are in the world today. So, firstly, I'm going to lay out a Celtic cross spread, and we'll see where we go with that. Um, and the bottom of the deck, we feel like we're out in the cold. It's the Five of Pentacles, like we don't have any place to go, like it's too painful to do anything because we have that. We're trying to get a new perspective on things. We are looking at them, or we need to look at them from a different point of view. This card is crossed by the Four um, of Swords. I want to say everything that this card implies, it comes to bear. So you see that tomb there, but it can also be a time of rest. So that's crossing this. It's interfering with our ability to get a good perspective. Is this pain that's going on right now, and that's absolutely mirrored in first we have the at the base is this stalwart King of Swords. I don't know who he is. I think he might be a situation. The stalwart King of Swords, or is it a king? Oh, I do know who this King of Swords is. This King of Swords is governor of Minnesota. Crowning this reading is the Three of Swords. And this is the pain that's going on with this. You see him standing there trying to make sense of the pain that has been caused. This isn't just heartbreak. It's malicious. I can't even think of words to speak to it. It's malicious. So we have those three cards. Now, in the near past, we've had this Empress she is Mother Earth. She's all the good things that the earth produces, she is the mother of. And, that has to do with health. That has to do with how much we put into our families. That has to do with actual work. It has to do with actual money and finances. It has to do with everything that we deal with on an earthly plane. But in the near future is this Hierophant. And this Hierophant is trying to steal your independence. He wants you to act the way he wants you to act, the way he wants you to act. He wants to, very often this card comes up for me for the current president. Very often this card represents him. So we're going to have to see how he does. We're having our Tower moment. Everything feels like it's just, I'm Mangled Unicorn, how are you? Everything feels like it's just falling apart, like we've just been shaken to the ground. In our environment, we have this Queen of Wands. She's fiery, she's spiritual, she's understanding, she's kind, she's giving. We need to remember that that's who we are. We are aspiring to be this Queen of Wands. In the hopes and fears, I have this Ace of Wands. We want everything to work out so that we can go back to having our regular lives. Hanging in there, had a good cry today. I agree it's rough out there, but all better, and I continue to walk with love and light. That is exactly what we have to do. Absolutely what we have to do. Absolutely. I'm affected by the group sadness as well. And that's what this card is, that we are having national sadness over this thing that's happened. And I hate to say it this way, but it's almost like it had to be a white woman on film trying to obey the orders for this national spotlight to come to a head, for people to, I know people, hi GDB, I know people have been out protesting. I know people are doing, there are some, bless their hearts, people staying up all night making noise outside of the rooms of the ICE people and at their hotels. They find out where they're staying and they go and they have bands and horns and even in some cases police sirens. So I know that people are out doing the work. They're doing the good, they're making good trouble. That's why we have to figure out how to grab a little bit of comfort for ourselves, to cushion ourselves a little bit so we can focus on how we are going to go forward. my final card in this spread is the King of Pentacles. Now, he's steady and reliable and earthy, so we know who he's not. My feeling is this is the situation that's where we want to go. We want to go to a place where we have the feeling of being protected by this good and kind king. I think that we have had a lot of pain in a short period of time, and it's sort of coming to a head. I'm going to use the things that we have forgotten. Is that what it is called? I never can remember, and I never leave the box where I can see it. Things I have forgotten. So the things that we have forgotten, I want to ask this deck about what have we forgotten to do in order to comfort ourselves? What have we forgotten to do for that? Let me just get a few cards here. Okay, that 2 came out there. On the bottom of the deck, we get whole self. Remember that we are a whole being. Remember that we have a top and a bottom, a beginning and an ending, that we are a whole person. Now, that's going to color this reading. The first card, ego. We need to put our ego in check. So I'm not, well, I am going to say it. Don't run out rashly and do something that you might regret later or that you might get in trouble for. I want you to think through clearly, set your ego aside, and ask yourself, what's the worst case scenario, and would that serve the purpose of whatever it is you're trying to accomplish? So that ego card is very telling. I got 2 cards came out together. The big picture, which speaks to the whole self. Let me get it where I can. There it is. The big picture. So that's everything. The whole cosmos there, see. And shadow work. So the big picture speaks to that, to the whole self and the ego, and understanding everything that's going on. We are the sum of our experiences, not our conditions or body parts. Exactly. That is so true. This shadow work card, we need to see if we've got some shadow work that needs to be done around this subject of healing our whole self so that we can go forward into something important, or that may be important, or that will at least be important to us. My final card in this reading is medicine. Heal yourself. Let yourself heal. And you can do it. Each one of us has our own medicine, and we can each one heal our own self to a certain point. You know, I mean, there are things that we cannot heal ourselves from, but we can heal our ego. We can do that. We can heal our ego. We can heal around the shadow work. So that's how we the things we've forgotten to do to comfort ourselves. Let me just one more deck. And I wanted to use this deck because it's often very whimsical, and it kind of redirects our focus a little bit. It's the radical abundance, and it tells us where we have things to look at that have abundance in our lives. And those things are very important as we're trying to comfort ourselves. We sometimes forget about what we have. We're so so focused on doing a thing that we forget that we have reinforcements, maybe. Okay, the first card is possibilities. What are the possibilities? What are the possibilities of a unicorn with butterfly wings flying past you just now so that you see something magical? There's magic in everything. So magic in healing yourself, magic in comforting yourself. The possibilities are endless. Synergy. Look at that thing that aligns with this other thing. How interesting is it that we have so much interlocking, moving parts? We see the synergy and sometimes take it for granted. So let's take note of it. My final card here is awareness, and I love this card. This is what the forest people, in my mind, this is what the forest people, who some call Sasquatch, this is what they really look like. But see how she is, how caring she is, and how aware she is of the fox, and how she's nurturing that fox. And you see how it almost looks like she has wings. She's aware of everything going on in the forest. But right now, the most important thing for her is to be aware of this fox and nurturing him for whatever reason. So let our awareness be intact. Let us be looking for everything. I'm just quickly going to look on the bottom of the deck, patience. And see this, well, I suppose it's a deer, but it looks like a dog with horns, has been so patient that a bird has nested in its antlers. So that's some patience that I don't personally have, but maybe that's what I could try to attain to. So, my beloved, beautiful beings, thank you so much for those who showed up to watch and engage with this little video. I don't want to stay on too long. I just I felt the need to come on and talk about comfort and where we can find it. And where we can find comfort is in ourselves. Do those things that we love to do. Do those things that make us be thankful and happy and joyful. Do or be, if it's reading a book, if it's going bicycling, if it's whatever it is that makes you happy, that makes your heart sing, do that. And so, until next time, my beloved, beautiful beings, bye-bye.